Hi class, and welcome to my Lab 7.1 video. In this video, I'm going to be demonstrating the Veil software that could be used to bypass antivirus detection. So basically what Veil is going to do is going to create a payload that could be used to remotely access our target system. And that payload is going to actually be undetectable to a lot of antivirus systems, especially the built-in Windows Defender firewall or antivirus, okay? So with that being said, let's just start this off right away. So first of all, I'm going to start the Veil software, which I already installed. That's just simple type in Veil. And now we want to choose option 1 because we want to do an evasion. So let's type in use 1. Now we could list all the payloads that are available to us. And right here we have 41 payloads that we could use. Based on what I could tell in some research that I've done, the beginning of these payloads is determine or tell us what software the payload's written in. So we can see here we have some C, we have some PowerShell, we have our Perl, we have some Python, some Ruby. So what I'm going to demonstrate here is just quickly, I'm going to do this reverse TCP one. That's going to be option 28. Use 28. And here, similar to Metasploit, we have there's some options we could define. I'm just going to define my L host. Which is the address of my Kali box. I'm not going to go as far as running this script, but what would happen in theory, once the user opens up the file, their machine should communicate back to this Kali box, and we should have a shell access. So that's the theory, and then we can pretty much do anything we want, okay? So now that we have our local host set, we're going to just do generate. Name the file payload. We're going to do 1 for PyInstaller. So it looks like it created the payload already. And here's a directory that it should be installed in. So let's go to that directory now. So it's var library Veil output source. Here we go. So here's the source file that was created, the payload file. I'm just going to copy that over to my desktop folder that I have, because I'm going to be using that in a minute. Okay, so now we have the payload file, and as I was saying, we want to somehow combine this with a JPEG. I have this JPEG image right here, so that when the users click on the JPEG image, that image will open up as well as the payload executable associated with it. All right, so in order to start that, we have to actually zip the payload. So I'm going to go to another window here. So I'm going to zip the payload. I'm going to call it secret.zip. And the file that we're going to zip is the payload.py that was just created. Okay, let's just go back here and make sure that's there. Yep, here's our zip file, secret.zip. Now that we have the zip file, we're going to use the cat command or the concatenate command to combine both those files together. I think I already have it. Yep, here we go. So we're going to concatenate the image, which is the picture that we're going to use, the secret.zip file, which is the payload, and this is going to be the output file. And you know what? Let's make this something a little nicer, because I don't like that name. Let's make it COVID vaccine. Okay, it's in like that. Okay. We'll stick with the name that it has. Okay. So we have this there now. Let's go back to the file. And here it is right here. So we could see. So the original file size is 49K. If we look at the properties of this new file, it's 49.8K. So we could see that the file size is a little bit bigger by about 800K. And if we look at this secret.zip file, it's 790 bytes. So that makes up pretty much the difference. So this new file we have here, which I'll rename it. I cannot spell today. Okay, this new file COVID is the combination to have the JPEG, and it'll also have the file embedded with it. So in theory, as I said, once a user opens up this file, it'll run the executable. That executable will talk back to my Kali machine, and I'd have shell access to their box. Alrighty, that's going to really be it for this lab. Hope you enjoyed it.